Hello, this is the fourth core here, and we'll be doing a 21st Century Boys manga review. Now, what I'm going to be doing this is I'll first give like a recommendation, kind of a light summary, and then I'll go straight into spoilers. So first, let's start with a light summary. 20th Century Boys is about the main character Kenji, and basically him solving the problems that he caused as a child. And I'm not going to spoil too much. Like, that concept doesn't seem very good, but it does get pretty interesting. And I don't want to spoil too much of the story because it's actually cool to find out how it's all tied together. And then if I had to give it just a base rating, I give it about an 8. It's a pretty good series. It wasn't amazing to me. I still enjoyed it greatly. So I give it like a B rating. Like add it to your watch list and then or to your read list, and then whenever you get to it, you can get to it. And he added a lot of spice to the series. I'd say he was really energetic. I really enjoyed his character. Also, the thing with Kenji is I enjoyed how he caused, like, the internal struggle he had with the attacks that he caused, since he technically caused them because he wrote the book of prophecy as a child, and now these things are coming back to haunt him and affect his life. So I thought that was very interesting, and I thought the initial concept of the whole book and it kind of being a forecast for the future was an interesting concept. Sometimes it didn't have the best execution, but overall I thought it was pretty cool. And then I'll go to the next set of group of things I liked, which this is all after when Kaname comes the main character, and is Kana gambling, playing that. I forgot what the game is called, but that was a pretty cool scene, even though she kind of cheated, but that's fine. I still thought that was really cool. And then I really liked the God character. I don't remember his name. I just remember calling him God, that homeless dude. And the whole bowling boom. I thought it was hilarious when he found that one girl, and he was just like, oh my god, she's going to cause the boom of bowling. So I thought that was pretty cool. And then the whole mangaka that was in jail with Shogun, I thought that dude actually became... I think it's funny how some, series always have a mangaka character. Like JoJo's Part 4 has Rohan, and they're just kind of like self-plants for the writer. And I always enjoy them. So I had to mention that here. And then I like I don't remember the exact line, but I'm pretty sure it was something along the "You can't shoot me, I'm playing rock," which is when Kenji gets reintroduced. I thought that was really cool. And then I really liked the last 2 volumes, which are the 21st Century Boys. I thought that was really cool. I liked how the very last scene of that played into the very first scene, with the whole him playing rock music saved the imitation of friend. And I thought that was honestly my favorite part of the ending to me. And so now I will go on to the cons, which is where I start to see fault in the series, in my opinion, which is why they're cons. I think it's a slow start. It doesn't really get started until the end of Volume 2. In my opinion, that's when the plot really kicks in. And granted, it's bearable, but it is... this is my second time trying to read it, and the first time I did stop at like chapter 7 or something. Just because I was like, all right, this is boring, nothing's happening. And I did not like the main character switch. So I did not like when Kenji, quote-unquote, died, even though he didn't. That's one of my main problems, is the fact that they say he dies, and then they try to rationalize it as he lost his memories and he was just playing rock music the whole time. And I did not like that. That really made me mad. Honestly, at that point, I wish they would have just left Kenji dead, and just stuck with Kana as the main character. So that's probably when I started realizing, like, I did not like it. And then... let's see. Kenji's sister, I didn't like how she was handled, how, she didn't give any forewarning, and she just left. There's a lot of stuff in here that just seemed kind of pointless, in my opinion. Like, why? I get what they wanted to do with Kenji's sister, but I feel like he could have handled her a lot better. And that's my main problem with this series, is there's a lot of great ideas, but poor concept. Or poor execution. And I did not like Friend. I thought Friend was kind of a weak main villain. Like, the problem is with villains that are not revealed is, to me, most of the time they just feel unsatisfying. Like, I knew it had to be one of the people in the group, and I honestly, until Friend was revealed, I didn't know any of the group members, Like, I couldn't tell you the difference between, I believe his name's Mario, the bigger dude that was with the singer, the frog guy, I couldn't tell the difference until after he was revealed, so I never really got to feel for these characters and know them. Besides Shogun was cool. The ending, I really did not like the ending. I I was just super uninterested. It dragged on. I thought it was just kind of, it was just sloppily handled. I don't know what else to say. Like, if you read it, I feel like it was just really poorly handled, in my opinion. And then once Kenji, basically the problem is once Kenji gets reintroduced to the story, I feel like that's when it starts to get really slow. And to me, that was, like, the main, like, once Kenji got reintroduced to the story, that's when I started liking the series as much. Like, before that, I think it was, like, volume 15 that happened. I don't remember exactly. I was loving the series. I was absolutely loving it. I thought it was amazing. It was in my top 10. But then when he got reintroduced, I was super excited. But then everything just stopped. Everything slowed down. And granted, I get you need to build the world and, like, after the whole disease outbreak. But it was... Yeah, I didn't like it. But my main point with this whole series is there's a lot of great ideas here. There are so many cool ideas that I thought could be, like, if they were executed better, this would be a perfect series, like, one of the best series that I've read, like, on par with Monster. And I feel like if it was a similar length of Monster, it would be better, 18 volumes instead of 24, I feel like those extra 6 volumes really held it down, in my opinion, and that kind of dragged it down, in my opinion. Like, it was, very beginning, I didn't like it, and in the middle, I really liked it. But then I didn't like how they, I thought the series was going to end at, like, 1999, not go on to 2015. I wish it would have just ended there, honestly. Like, them having, instead of it shifting main characters to Kana, it just stays straight with Kenji, straight through to the end, and then have them lose, I'd be fine with that if that was the ending, and then Kana would have, then now there'd be 21st Century Boys, which would be with Kana. And then that'd be like a different series or a shorter series, something like that. So overall, I still stand by it being about an 8, a mid to low 8. I think it's a pretty good series. I would recommend you read it, but read it on your own time. It's not something super urgent, in my opinion. If you want, like, a series that is similar to this, or a series I'd recommend over this, Monster. I've only read 20th Century Boys and Monster, and I think Monster is undoubtedly better. I do plan on reading Billy Bat, Pluto. I think they're the other 2 works I've heard of that are good. So, yeah. I think this 20th Century Boys was pretty good, and that's all. Like, subscribe, comment down what you think, and I'll try to reply.